Hello, my lovelies. I'm trying to fix the camera real quick. Because you always know me. I can't be right ready, right? I got candles I gotta light still. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. How are you, Lori? How are you? My desk behind me is somewhat clean right now, but only because I made a little mad dash to move it all and get it out of the shot. But right now, because of the Yule season coming up and a lot of people buying from my shop, I am crazy busy and I am very thankful for it. I'm very thankful for it. But I have been making stuff. So if you see kind of some clutter and stuff back there and you don't see me at the table, that's why I've got a lot of stuff going on behind me. So, Lori, you said that Dan's having a test done. So are they thinking that it's his heart now? Is that what's going on? I hope they figure it out. He's been going through it for what, like a year now, right? He's had like a mysterious illness for like a year. For those you just joining for the first time tonight, by the way, make sure you say something in chat. We have a pretty large group that comes in and starts talking. I started like a minute early because I saw Lori here and I was like, oh, Lori. Zarabeth, what's up? How are you? I saw the picture of the fingernails and oh my god, I love that color. I love that color. Hey, Lydia. How are you? Like I said, though, you guys, you see me, it's a little different. It's a little different setup tonight, simply because I was got so much going on in the back. I've got so many pieces of resin being poured. Like, for instance, I pulled this one out today. I got a little tiny candle in it. I poured this one out today, so that one will be shipping off soon. I've got another one that had to be clear coated, so there's all kinds of mess. So hopefully you won't see it. I need to know the color because that was like the color. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that color. By the way, also different. My hair. It will be changing again on Sunday. I was getting my hair freshened up and I misspoke. I miscommunicated because of my brain fog. And I told her I wanted to keep my roots dark. And she correctly interpreted what I said as, oh, we're redoing the roots. And so she put black hair dye on my roots. Um, that's not what I meant. Unfortunately, my brain didn't say what I meant. So on Sunday, we're going to be rebleaching all of it, and it will be back to really, really super green all over again. So the nail polish, I was like, that's the color. That's the color. All right. If you are here and you would like a reading tonight, let me know in chat so we can get you in a queue line. We found out the other day when I went over to my daughter's house that my granddaughter absolutely adores my tarot deck. I took my little tiny mini deck out of my purse, and man, she's running through the cards and she's handing people cards. It's so cute. So cute. Loved it. Lydia, you want one? Hey, Amanda, what's up? I didn't even see you come in. My brain, no. Thank you, Zarabeth. It was beautiful. We're going to be using Oracle tonight, and we are going to use the Darkwood Tarot. It's been a while since we've used the Darkwood, so let's give it out. Let's get it a try. I've been leaning pretty heavily on my Morte Tarot deck because I just love it so much. But I also love this one. So, well, I'm going to tell you guys something, and I can't tell you the whole thing, so it's going to be pretty vague. But I need some extra good vibes if you could send some. All right? I've got something in the works, and if it goes according to plan, my life will change big time. So send me some vibes, please. Alicia, how are you? We just spent time with. Oh, I know that makes you sad. All right, Lydia, I'm going to pull your card. Amanda, you'll be next. Zarabeth, do you want a card tonight? And Alicia, I'm assuming you want a card as well. All right, Lydia. Lydia, are you, I don't know, it's like a nervous energy that I'm feeling off of you. Like I just want to keep shifting in my seat. I'm not sure. Does that make sense to you? Like, are you super anxious tonight? The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. What are you needing illumination for? The wands are like, for me, the way I think of wands is that a wand is like a candle almost. Like it directs energy, it directs light. That's what I think of when I think of the wands. I think of some type of focused illumination. And you got the Knight of Wands. Easily agitated, that's what I'm feeling. Easily agitated, open to manipulation, a seductive and dangerous lover, burned by romance, on to the next adventure, challenge of restlessness, the inability to stay put. So all those things that I was feeling in your energy is exactly what your card is talking about. You're really anxious for some reason. Now, there was a little line in there that says seductive, dangerous lover. And I want to almost say that there is some anxiousness that has to do with romance. You need to calm. You need to bring some calm to this. Step back away from the excitement, whatever this is, whatever that's causing this agitation. I want you to step back away from it, and I want you to look at it for what it is, what it actually is. I want you to do focused illumination. All right? Look at it. Am I right, Lydia? Is this a romantic interest that I'm feeling from you? That you have some type of romantic interest? You do have a lot going on. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense for the like it was just like I can't stay focused almost. Like that's what it's all. I can't stay focused. I can't stay seated. Um it's just you're very agitated. Very agitated. Oh ho ho. Oh ho. You thought you could hide it from me, but yet you asked for a card. What? What? All right. I think Amanda is next. Lori, do you want a card as well? Because I think you kind of I think you my brain just went no. I think you got disconnected. Alicia, right? It is funny. She thought she could hide that from me. Wait. I'm spot on. Okay. You've got multiple things. Yes, you do have multiple things. One of them though, that's what I was feeling. One of them was this. I don't know. There's this flirtation. There's this flirtation that I'm picking up. That's what I'm picking up. You did get disconnected. That's what I thought, Lori. All right, Amanda. Amanda, everything, like, I live in a pretty noisy house, and everything just now got extremely silent. Extremely silent. The moment I went to go and connect to your energy, everything was extremely silent. And it's like, it's not just the silence of the room, but it was almost like a being put away feeling. Does that make sense to you? It was like I was being put back into a box, and I had to be quiet in that box. That makes sense? Yeah, my right ear keeps wanting to buzz. It's like a muffling buzz sound in my right ear. I see and I know all. I am like the great Wizard of Oz. I'm just a man behind the curtain, though. Yeah, Alicia, it was. It was like shoved into a silent room. Like that's what I was picking up was but it's this muffling. The moment I attached to Amanda's energy, it's this like somebody takes your hand and cup it over your ear, and that's what it feels like. It's just like this right here. Amanda, you got the Queen of Cups, but you got it in shadow. And she's spilling. Like when it's in shadow, it's not like a wafting of steam from her cup. It's like she's spilling things out. Overly dramatic, a person who attracts menacing people and situations. A psychic vampire feeding off the energy of others. We're going to revisit that line. Passive aggressive behaviors, jealous of others' creative talents, capable of harsh emotional wounds, addictive personality who is always on to something new to fill the vast hole inside. These are all different people that you've just recently had to deal with. This is like there is a person that's constantly like just sucking the energy out of you, but in the same token, in the same like day, it feels like there are people that are just being really passive aggressive and petty towards you. There's people that are just outright jealous and try to say snide things about the things that you can do and you talk about because you're passionate about them. And then all these things are causing those emotional wounds that this is talking about. So this is like toxic family energy. That's what this feels like. It feels like either the workplace or absolutely I'm picking up on family. Like that's what I'm picking up on. It's like there are rifts. There are things that are not 100%. And it doesn't feel like it'll end anytime soon. It feels like this is going to be a situation in which you have to choose to either deal with and just move on or know that they're going to continue to be who they are and you get to choose not to have them in your life. You know, that's what this feels like. The great powerful Oz, that's funny. Yeah, Alicia, this is the Darkwood Tarot deck. And yeah, Amanda, it's just this very bitter, petty kind of situation that you're in. And it's not just the one, it's multiple people kind of doing this. So you are being drained more often. You know that tiredness that you're feeling, that's not just from the exertion that you're going through, it's from having to deal with these emotional drags. They are pulling at your energy. So what I'm going to suggest you to do is actually something witchy. I'm going to suggest to you to, next time you make some eggs, no matter who you make them for, next time you make some eggs, save the shells, dry the shells out, grind them into a powder. Put that powder in a little vial and carry that vial with you. All right. And anytime you start feeling overly tired in a conversation, realize that somebody's draining your energy. And I want you to think of that eggshell inside that bottle. All right. You now have that eggshell completely surrounding you. They cannot get into that eggshell. Okay. They cannot get into your eggshell. You are blocking their energy from, taking yours. So I'm not sure what you mean by the second path. I know that you and I have similar paths, but sometimes they're different. And I've got to take care of something here. Hold on. Hold on one moment, guys. Okay. All right, I had to take care of that. I apologize if anything offensive was said before I could get it all off the screen. Appreciate it. All right. So Ashua would like one as well. Cool. That's right. The boot strikes. Yeah. It's not even, I'm not going to even address it. It's just like, all right, you're out. I do the same thing on TikTok though. Like if I'm doing lives on TikTok and I have certain things, like if you immediately come into my TikTok live and you're like, Jesus loves you, and I was like, I'll give you a minute, right? I'm just like, all right, you're just being nice. That's your belief system. You're just being nice. Cool beans. But then when it comes back again, like says something else, I will just boot them out. I have people that come into my TikToks and they try to start stuff with me about Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ. And I don't even engage. It's just like block, report, comment. Like, that's it. I can't. I just can't. I do not have to meet your energy at all. And I don't have to give you any of mine. It's just done. All right. Let's see who was next. I got Amanda. And so after Amanda, there was Alicia, and then Zarabeth, and then Lori. Okay. Hey, Angela, what's up? Right? Just breathe, right, Zarabeth? I will have to say, being on YouTube and being on TikTok and dealing more and more with like just public and having to deal with different personalities and a much larger scale than I have before, it has made me grow a little bit because I hate confrontation. I absolutely hate confrontation. So doing this kind of stuff has made me put my foot down and be like, yeah, no, you don't get to talk to me like this. You don't get to show up like this. Oh. All right. So we have next was, let's see, I already forgot who was next. I start talking about something else. I'm like, what? What happened? So it was Alicia. Yes, Alicia was next, then Zarabeth, then Lori. Angela and Heathen, what's up? How are you? Angela, you just got home. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. What's up, Cindy? What's up, Cindy? It's okay. You're fashionably late. And you missed the vulgar person. So, you didn't have to put up with that. You didn't have to see that. It was good. All right. This one is for Alicia. Alicia, I'm just connecting to your energy. It's really warm. It's really warm for some reason. Okay. The Ace of Wands, but it's in shadow. And we know that the ace is you're going to get what you want, but it's in shadow. And it's a wand. So it's focus illumination for me, right? So why is it in shadow, though? What's going on? Come on. There we go. I was like, where'd my wands go? Oh, there's some days where the cards like to, when I'm trying to find something, for whatever reason, the pages don't readily come up to me. And I don't know if that's for me to wait a minute and until somebody that needs to be coming into the message gets there. I don't know what that's about, but I just know that some days, like I've had this book for a while and I can flip through the pages pretty easily, but there's some days where I just can't find the next card. And I don't know why. In shadow, this means blinded by passion, distracting impulses, knocking others' opinions, dampening the others' excitement and enthusiasm, taking something you loved and desire and burying it so deeply within yourself that it transforms you into a false version of yourself. This is some shadow work that you're doing. This sounds like to me that lately you've been questioning, why aren't you the person that you see on the inside? It seems like you've been questioning, like, why aren't you living authentically? And you are trying to get at the root of that. You're trying to get at the root of that. But right now, because you're in it, right now is extremely overwhelming, extremely painful. And it seems like it takes so much. It takes so much to do the things that you love. And it's because you're in the root of that shadow right now. And it is so hard. It is, the closer you get to the understanding of it, the more it's going to hurt. Once you get to the understanding of it, I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt, because a lot of times the reasons why we hide in the shadows are pretty traumatic reasons. But once you get there and you shine that light there, then you have that energy back. Then you're no longer masking and to appease something else. You know who you are. You know why you hid that person, so you could correct the situation and you could go to that part of you, that time period in which that person was hurt, and you can go back and say, I'm here and you didn't destroy us. See, they didn't destroy us. I'm still that weird kid you wanted me to be. Right? So, oh, enough. Alicia, that phrase right there, enough. I struggle with that a lot. A lot. And that's part of the reason why I've been so unhappy with my job, is because as a teacher, you're never enough. You're never enough. And when somebody who struggles with that because of past experiences, it becomes a little bit overbearing. And so I'm not enough. Will I be enough? It's hard. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard that am I enough? You are enough, Alicia. You will always be enough. You are enough for you, and you got yourself here, right? Everything about you is enough, especially for the person and the people that want you in their lives. You are definitely enough. And you're not more than enough. You're enough, right? You're not too much. You're enough. And they want you to know that too, that you're enough. I don't know if this means anything to you. That delay to find your page, that delay is tell her she was always enough. Tell her she was always enough. That there was never a day that you weren't enough. You were always enough. And you are still enough. You're still being processed into a diamond. Yep. Forward is always good. Forward, you're right, Lori. Forward is always good. And sometimes, though, when we move forward, we have to acknowledge that pain to take the step. We need to acknowledge the pains in the step. We need to acknowledge that because those are parts of us that are being sharpened. These parts of us that are suffering so much right now are being sharpened. What are they being sharpened for? That's my thing with shadow work as well. It's not only like, let me get to the root of it and heal that. It's, why am I being sharpened like this? What do I need this particular thing for? Why did the universe see fit that I had to have this skill or this part of my journey? What was it? And I have found that so far, everything that I go through preps me for the next part of my journey. So if I can recognize why I'm being sharpened in the situation, then I can be more prepped for what's coming ahead. And I can start thinking of, okay, how do I use what's coming to manifest the life that I want? You know, Alicia, you are enough though. Always, always and forever. Always and forever, you're enough. All right. We have Lori and then Zarabeth and then Angela and then Heathen. Okay. So Lori, Zarabeth, Angela, Heathen. All right. Let's see if I can remember this. All right. Lori. Lori, this is your energy right now. Your energy feels bottled. And what I mean by that is like, and you're very like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Like it feels very odd right in this area. Just kind of like I want to put my head off to the right hand side. Like there's a lot on your mind and not any way to express all of it. Like that's what it feels like, Lori. It feels like there's a lot in there and there's a lot of things you want to say and a lot of things that you want to scream out and you just can't. You're welcome, Alicia. So, Lori, I'm going to pull a card. You have justice and shadow. Justice and shadow. It's always an interesting card. Justice is always an interesting card for me, because it has two people bound and they're blinded. This is what that card looks like. Right? But when you look at it from this point of view, right? Looks like roots spreading out, right? But there's the sword, and the sword is chopping at the roots. So that's kind of the visual that it gives me when it's in shadow. Considering yourself above people, places, and things, using your story to become a martyr, judging yourself harshly and shaming others to feel better about yourself, speaking ill of others and spreading malicious gossip, pleasure in humiliation. That last part, pleasure and humiliation, I think you're in the same boat with Amanda. Like there's somebody that's taking pleasure in your misfortune. I don't know. I want to say that there's somebody that's using you and Dan's illnesses as a way to make their standings better, to have other sympathies. But why do you need to know that? Like that's not something that would inherently make your life better, or like why do you need to know that? Why do you need to know that somebody's talking behind you? Why is it? All right, Alicia, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it. I'll see you next week and tomorrow. Laura, you have a couple of suspicions. Well, I pulled the cauldron. And the cauldron, actually, for the oracle deck, the word that they use is sustain, because we cook things in our cauldron, right? That are nourishment for us. But when I looked at the cauldron, it was like somebody's scheming, somebody's cooking up something, right? I think you need to just be careful of who you're sharing information with. As much as you want to like yell it out, all the things that you're feeling, careful who you're sharing your information with. Somebody is using it for their benefit. Okay? They're cooking up something with the information that you're feeding them. Okay? So that's where the cauldron comes into place. Is like you're feeding them from your cauldron and they're cooking up something. Ooh, knocked my microphone over. Okay. All right. Zarabeth. Now, Zarabeth, you have a little bit of a happy energy to you. I don't know why, but the song Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity Yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming my way. I don't know why that song comes up when I was attaching to your energy for the card reading. Make that make sense for me. Because that's not a song that I would randomly sing. Oh. That card I don't like. Do you know what the Tower card is for? Tower card means that your life is about to be completely imploded. Even I will only do what you would like me to do. um I think you felt this coming, like just connecting in. I think you have felt this coming. And that's kind of the reason why I was singing the Zippity Doo Dah song, because things have been so, like, not great, but they haven't been bad. Like, you've been in a really good place. Like, your heart feels good. Um it's not perfection, but it's been good. And now here comes the Tower. What I would look at with the Tower, because the Tower always shows up when you're about to have your life change completely, right? So, what part of your life are you ready for it to change? Maybe direct this energy into a part that you want to rebuild. Maybe you don't like this part of your life. This is where you need to redirect that energy to, all right, I hate always being late on library books. I'm not going to be the procrastinator anymore. I'm going to destroy all my bad habits, right? Maybe we can circumvent the total destruction of your life by giving it an avenue to destroy. All right. So give it a week. Think about what part of your life would you rather not have anymore? What would you like to have grow into something else? All right. It's not a completely bad card. It just means that you have some trouble ahead that will end up in a good situation. But right now, it's going to hurt. So, sorry. That card I don't like. Heathen's like, I'm good. I don't want a card now. Yeah, Zarabeth. That's how I look at my spell work too, because for my path, if I do magic, then I have to pay something, right? I have to pay with something. Um, if especially with baneful magic, I know that I'm going to get a repercussion. So what I try to do with my magic is that I give it, this is the outlet you can have. I know that this energy is coming, so I give it an outlet. This is what I don't mind sacrificing. This is what I don't mind being destroyed. You can have that. And most of the time when I give it an outlet, it will take the outlet. All right. So let's see if you can figure out what outlet to give it, so that way you don't lose the things that you really want to still keep, right? But also remember that sometimes the things that we still want to keep aren't really good for us. And so Tower's going to take. Heathen, but I throw the cards back in the deck, so that logic doesn't work with the way I do things. All right. Angela, let's get you. Oh. Angela, I'm a little nauseated when connecting to your energy. Ginger chews, my love. Ginger chews are awesome. Hey, Pumpkin Soul, how are you? Of course, that library book comment means it still could have been meant for me. Are you, constantly not turning in your library books, heathen? Angela, you got the Knight of Cups in shadow. This one, again, most of the time when I pull Knights, Kings, Queens page, I don't assign it a gender. Like, I don't assign it a person. Most of the time when I read cards, it's a very generalized thing, and it depends on what word I'm picking up. But right now, I feel like there is a gentleman, a young gentleman, that is, I don't know, like, it's... Hold on. I'm just going to look it up. I'm just going to look at the words. Because there's a reason why it's not coming out of... Oh, thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate it. You can absolutely. I love the name, by the way. Pumpkin Soul. I love that name. It's super cute. I have a pumpkin tattoo on my arm because we love pumpkins so much around here. All right. So, Angela, this particular individual is clingy, needy of affection and attention, thinking one's talent is far greater than it usually is, unable to commit to relationship, prone to jealousy, self-indulgent and self-centered, successful liar, flair for deception, aware of social standing, and desperate to fit in, self-indulgent. So this gentleman that's in your life right now, they are pulling some energy from you by having you believe in their deceptions. So watch for a male person. They're deceiving you. They're purposely generating lies to make you part of something that they are up to, if that makes sense. Like that, like those words are even hard to say. It's not like a big plot or anything. It's just like they're wanting you on their side. So they're telling you these lies, and it's not like they're wanting you on their side because it benefits them in some like big way. It's just like they're lonely. And so they're telling you lies to keep them with you. If you figure it out and you figure out who the lie is coming from, like who this male is, if you know who this male is, then what I'm going to suggest is calling them out on their lie. Say, I know that's not the truth, and I know that you're only telling me this to impress me, and it's not impressing me because I can see through it. Get them to communicate honestly with you. If you can get them to communicate honestly with you, then the relationship could be viable. And I'm not talking about relationship like intimate relationship. I'm talking about friendships and stuff. But this gentleman is lying to you to get you to like them. All right? To befriend you. Heathen! Hoy! That's a hefty library fine. Well, when my kids were little, we would go. I have five children, and when they were kids, we would go to the library during the summertime because the deal was once a week we'd go to the library, and you had to get a book. You had to get a book to read. I didn't care what book it was, but you had to pick one book to read. Now, some of my children were avid readers, and they'd come out with like a stack of 10 books and read all of them in a week, and some of them were just like, ugh. But we had some library fines because kids would lose books. Hey, Tomoyuko. Yuka. Tomoyuka. There you go. I'm looking at it going. Yes, there's a list. I have Heathen next, I believe. Right? It was Angela and then Heathen and then Pumpkin and then I can take you. You love to go to the library too? Yeah. That was well, when you have like 5 kids and you're not quite a teacher yet, I was still a substitute teacher. You got to do things on the cheap. And library was the cheap. You could go to the library and you could get movies for them and books and all kinds of stuff and games. All right. Heathen. I know you're worried. The moment I said heathen, you're like you had to take a deep breath. That's what it felt like. Tomoyuka and Pumpkin, I will explain how I read in just a moment for you guys, so that way before I connect to your energy, you know what's going on. All right. Oh. You have judgment. It's not in shadow. The imagery on this card is very interesting because it's a vampire. And the vampire is about to have a feast. Heathen, you too have somebody that's pulling energy from you. And it's without your permission, but you have somehow given them permission as well. How do I explain? It's like Hey, Frankie. It's not that you have completely given them permission, but you have enticed them. You have enticed them to take your energy. You almost set yourself in front of them. It's not like you're really wanting them to take your energy, but it's like you have a duty to this person. You have a duty to nourish them. You have a duty to feed them. You have a duty to make sure they're well. Why am I not finding my judgment? Again, I'm having a hard time finding that paper. See, I can't even talk right now. You've got some major messages coming through, Heathen. Some major messages coming through. There's a lot of talk all at one time. There is coldness to my left, like right in the ear here. There's a lot of cold. And then there is major heat coming to the right. So I look at it. I've got a bunch of people in here talking. I'm like, what's going on in chat? All right. The choice is made. Wake up call. Eternal change. Nothing will ever be the same. Evolution is at hand. Rebirth. Heading to the call of your heart. Unfolding joy. That choice is made. The two major sentences that I'm pulling out is the choice is made and nothing will ever be the same. And this is what I'm coupling with this card. Okay. The choice hasn't been made by you. You allowed somebody else to make a choice for you. Now that choice is pulling your energy. But it's like one of these things that you don't mind giving. You don't mind giving, but you know that there's a wrongness to it in the same token, that there's a part where you need to stand for yourself, and you're allowing just to be fed off of, and you're allowing it to change your complete life. All right, make sure this is something you totally want, because it is not too late to say, hey, I'd like something different, please. All right, but if it is something you're totally wanting, then you are making a choice. Stop saying that this is out of your control. You are making the choice by allowing it to happen, right? So that makes sense to you? Oh, that's why he's so hot right there. That's why it's so hot. It's okay. The left is a little cold, but the right's got some heat, right? All right, so Pumpkin, Frankie, and Tomoyika. Um, this is how I read. A lot of times when you ask for a card, what I do is I connect energetically, and I don't know how to really explain it in a good enough terms for other people, but I'm able to connect to your energy. Now, if you have walls up, I'll feel that, and I'll ask you to lower your walls, and I will be able to connect to your energy and direct that energy into what card should show me your message, right? I will read cards in a couple of different ways. Sometimes I look at the card and I know exactly what everybody's trying to tell you. Um, Other times I need to read the guide and see what words get bolded for me. So that's how that's how I read, okay? Um, you did not make the choice, it was taken from you. That's what I was feeling, heathen. That is absolutely what I was feeling. All right. Otomoyuka, she's like, you need somebody on the other side. All right, so Pumpkin, and then Tomoyika, and then Frankie. You guys are still up for a reading after knowing how I read? And Frankie, you will be the last for this evening. You're welcome, heathen. It wasn't so bad. Not this time. Last week was a whoo. All right. Pumpkin. So Pumpkin, you do have some walls, but as I started connecting, it was like you realized that you had them up, and you started to like take them down, because it was almost like, because I see your screen name also, and my brain gives me images. It was almost like you were clearing out, like you were about to carve yourself. Like it's like, so all I'll see is like the inside of a pumpkin. All right, now I can find your card. You're nervous as well. It's okay. Oh, the Six of Wands. This is one of my favorite cards. This is one of my favorite cards because I say this is like my mount up. This is my mount up card. Like, you are about to go through some stuff, but you got people that got your back. Like, you have people that have your back for sure, right? And like, you can carry on. She's got like a little baby in her arms on a horse, and like her crew and her posse's behind her. Like, this is a good card, because this means that whatever you're about to travel through, and whatever that you've got to carry with you into that next chapter of your life, you're not going to do this by yourself. You are going to have support that's going to help you carry this on into that next chapter. Now, everything's going to look very dark. Everything's going to be very scary, right? And it is going to be very serious as well. But you've got people that got your back, right? So this card's coming up to remind you, like, just lean on them. Just be like, hey, scout ahead, right? You need to remember to put that pride down. You've got a lot of pride and you don't like to ask people for help. Ask for help. They want to help you. They're going through this darkness with you. Whether you want them to or not, they're there. They have your back, okay? So just keep going. Keep moving forward. This is going to be dark. This is going to be scary. Ask for help, all right? This is your reminder. Ask for help, okay? You've got help. You've got so many people. You've got so many people that if you would just say, I'm frightened, they'll sit in the darkness with you, right? These people, there's times where people have asked you, what can I do to help? And you don't give them what they can do to help because you don't want to burden them. You don't want to feel like a burden. You're not a burden. They love you. They want to help you. They want to help you ride through this darkness so that way you can see that you're not alone. You're not alone. All right? So just ask. Just remember to ask. I hope that helps. Tomoyuka, it's your turn. And you're really excited. After reading this, it feels like you are Pumpkin, by the way, you are not a burden. Stop. Don't. Ask for help. They want to help. It makes them feel good. Makes them feel like they're important to you. That makes sense? Okay. So Tomoyuka, what I started in first to kind of connect to your energy, it kind of feels like after reading the chat, like you're interested in what I'm gonna pick up. It does feel like you've got a specific question, though. Do you have a specific question? Is there something that you're really wanting to know? If you're not comfortable putting it in chat, I can try my best to just pick up on it and give you a reading that way. But it does feel like there is something on your mind. And am I saying your screen name right? Screen name. See how old I am? Screen name. I knew you had a question. Okay. All right. Do you have a slight bit of a headache? Like it's hurting right in the back of my head and right here. Now, I do have a chronic illness that causes me to have headaches, but this is once I'm connecting to you, I'm feeling like right in the back of here. The Three of Swords. You got the Three of Swords. I love the way this card looks. I know a lot of people don't like this card though. I enjoy this card. You did not get in shadow. You got it full facing. Disconnect or schism between the heart and the head. Betrayal and loss. The stages of grief and heartache. A love triangle. Heartbreaking loss that leads to an emotional opening. A rough time. Slicing through to the heart of the matter. You have been playing around with what I call shadow work. And I don't know if that's what you call it in your path, but it's like therapy, right? And there are some things that, as far as what does your higher self want, your higher self is urging you to start shining a light on some of those hurt things, some of the things that you keep hidden. What I pick up is it says the disconnect between the heart and the head. because you have been pushing this away. You've been pushing away doing this work. Um, you don't know what you're going to find. You don't know what you're going to uncover. You know that there is a break somewhere emotionally, and you know you have to find it and heal it. But there's this worry of what am I going to find, and what am I going to go through? Your higher self is saying, it's time. You really need to fix this so that way your heart and head are in the same line. All right. Carry around some rose quartz right now. I don't know if you do crystals, but carry around some rose quartz right now, because at this moment, it's not that you need others to love you. You need to love yourself. There's a lot of self-doubt in your head right now. There's a lot of I don't know if you'll because I'm from the South, so this is a saying from the South, but we call it talking ugly. You're talking ugly to yourself. In other words, you're talking bad to yourself. You're talking and telling yourself negative things about yourself constantly. And it's time to heal that part, because that is draining your capabilities. So your higher self really wants you to get up to their level. Stop this. In order to stop this, you got to go do the work. You got to go do the work. All right. Okay, you're from the South, so you know what acting ugly. Don't talk ugly to yourself. No talking ugly to yourself. So does that make sense to you? You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Frankie, it's your turn. You ready? Frankie, now it feels like you were distracted for a minute. I don't know if that's true or not, but like I started to like hone in on your energy, and it was almost like, oh, wait, what? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good. I'm glad. And always, like, tomorrow we have Witchy Wednesday. And if you guys have certain questions that you want to ask about the craft, put it in comments and I will absolutely answer whatever question you have. If I don't know the answer, I'll go find out the answer. My deal is, by day, I am an actual high school teacher. um, but I'm a witch as well, and I know that a lot of times witchcraft and divination are very hard to understand. And so I made it all about my platform to be able to kind of not only do tarot readings, but also teach witchcraft. So, oh, all right, heathen. Frankie, you were distracted. Okay, that's what I thought. Heathen, have a good one. I love you. Be happy, be safe. I teach high school English. 11th and 12th graders this year, actually. I teach high school English. All right, Frankie. Frankie, you still seem a little distracted, like there's somebody talking to you. The Four of Wands in shadow. It's represented by a troll under a bridge. Four of Wands in shadow. Are you having a hard time too? Like there's a feeling where when I picked up and think about the image of the troll, it's almost like you imagine like that's what you see. You knew it was English. All of us English teachers are weird, okay? That's just, I'm going to say that out loud, okay? We're just weird people. It doesn't surprise people. Oh, Era, how are you? Frankie is the last one for tonight. Frankie's the last one for tonight. But if you come in next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will absolutely add you, and you can be first in line. Okay. Yeah, it's. When I think about your card and you, Frankie, I think like the image of the troll is like you looking at yourself for some reason. A troll under the bridge is what we hide away. Positive qualities can be stored in the shadow if we repress them. Do you hide a talent or stop yourself from doing something you love? You don't have confidence in your talent. You see a lot of other people doing what you can do and they are better, or at least in your head they are better. So you hide. And you let others talk over you, and you let others talk for you. And you compare yourself quietly without anybody around. But there's been other people that have told you that the thing that you can do, you need to share with others. Is that what I'm picking up? The thing that you need to do, you can share with others. But you don't have confidence in yourself at all. Do yourself a favor, share it, talk over someone else. It's going to be scary, it's terrifying. But there's certain things that you need to do. I don't know why. The message I'm getting, the message I'm hearing is, kid, you need to demand that money. Stand on the bridge and tell them they can't pass. Like that's exactly what I hear. Is like, kid, you need to demand that money. Yeah. The person that's talking to me for you is wanting you to know, stand on that bridge, demand that money, and make them see you. You are worth being seen. You're worth being heard. And if they won't, turn into that troll. Turn in that troll. Give them back. Give it back to them. Whatever they give to you. One of the things that we were talking about earlier in this live was that I don't have to match somebody's energy. We had somebody come in and try to be a troll to me, right? I don't have to match your energy. I don't even have to give you my energy. Block, remove, right? And I want you to take that with you. Block and remove. People that are talking over you and not allowing you to stand and see yourself and be proud of yourself. Block and remove. Block and remove. All right? You're not a troll. You're not. But if they're going to act like you are, all right. Stand up. Demand that money, kid. All right? Does any of that make sense to you, Frankie? I hope so. I hope that helps. I am going to pull a universal card for this week. A universal card typically is either, I use my Oracle quite a bit for universal cards, but what do we need to look for next week? What are we needing to just be aware of that's coming down the line next week for us? So, okay, nope, that's the card. Emotions, that's what we got. We got emotions. So we all need to check our emotions. We need to keep our emotions in check. We need to make sure that we aren't always leading with the heart, that we are thinking with our head. We need to put those two connected back again, right? For a lot of us, we're very disconnected with our emotions. and our brain. So let's make sure that when we are feeling the emotions, we allow ourselves to feel those emotions. When we feel them, we also allow ourselves to speak them. Our feelings are valid, okay? Our feelings are worth being said. Our feelings are worth being felt. If you're sad, it's okay to be sad. It's just not okay to stay that way, right? If you're angry, be angry. Say, I'm angry. Say, you made me angry, right? So many of us just want to stuff our emotions and not feel them because it's uncomfortable to feel so many emotions. So this card is telling us, sit in your emotions, feel your emotions, beware of your emotions, keep your emotions in check, but definitely feel them. All right, my loves? All right. All right. My lovelies, it is the end of the night for me, and we will do this again next week. Tomorrow, we are going to actually start for our Witchy Wednesday. We are going to start our Yule Wish Box. I am going to show you how to take a piece of trash and create a beautiful little decorative piece that's also can become a family tradition for Yule. We have a Yule Wish Box that we use each year. So I'm going to show you how to make one out of something that you're going to discard, okay? So grab any container, yogurt container, I don't care, old cereal box, it doesn't matter. Grab a container, grab some scrapped paper and glue, paper mache time, people, all right? And you can craft along with me tomorrow when we do some witch crafting. All right. All right, my lovelies. Be happy, be safe, know that I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow for Witchy Wednesday. All right? And to those that are new here, thanks for joining us. Join us again. It was good to see your faces. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.